shut down. Most of the old family stores downtown have changed owners. But I hear there's one place a few miles out where nothing has ever changed. In fact, turning in, you feel like you're turning back to a time when hot rods and racing were hitting their fevered pitch around the hometowns of muscle car America. And here's a place where times pass slowly while the cars have gone faster. Where an unassuming former mechanic, now horsepower hero, carries on a timeless tradition every Sunday, the way he has since 1961.
He's a legend, you know. I mean, as far as drag racing goes, and we just love him. Everybody out here just loves George, you know. And I'm gonna race here until he quits.
He is amazing. He's one tough old dude. That's what I tell him.
George Ray, like many of his friends, was caught up in the hot rod hysteria of the late 50s and early 60s. What possessed you to open up a drag strip?
We'd go walk other places and they wouldn't be nice to you. You know, all they wanted to do is get your money when you came in. And we was at this place and friction come up and I said, well, I'll just go home and build me a drag strip.
And build one he did. Change it? He never did. At least very much.
That was the class trophy, big ass trophy. That's all that was. Yeah, of course, I thought I hung the moon when I won my first trophy.
Steve Wallen raced his 34 Chevy Coupe back in the beginning and recently started racing it again. Now, I never got to run here. The parents made it off limits. But now, I was bent on making up for lost time. And a strip that itself got lost in time.
So I just line them up at this line here. And I had a man on the other end to judge who won. And I line them up. Oh, you ready? You ready? Pull the flag, see?
First came out here, I had a 56 Chevy, two-door hardtop, and it had a 3-speed transmission in it, and we ran H-stock stick automatic. And we had a lot of fun racing out here, and then we moved from H-stock stick automatic to G-stock stick automatic.
He either ran stock stick or stock automatic. He didn't do both.
Yes, there was a little betting on the side and sometimes some pretty good scrimmages, but it usually ended up pretty good.
But you'll find anything and everything at George Ray Drag Strip.
It's always been that way, I guess.
Since day one.
We came to visit George Ray a day before the race, only months after he broke both feet after falling from a tree. And of course, he's always got his trademark hand-belt hot rod to get him around the strip.
They asked me the other day, what is that? And I said, to start off with, I had that 57 mold motor and I licensed it as a 57 mold. It's a 57 mold. I'm not gonna win that, boy.
These are straight pipes back here, aren't they? Yeah. Sounds good. Now, how'd you get the name Wildcat drag strip?
All alone.
All alone. Like a wildcat, huh?
Yeah.
People know all over the country, you know, come to George Ray's, and you get in, you look for like $6, and you know, spectator or not, and it's just a lot of fun.
We don't make a lot of money. It's just more fun for him than anything.
Yeah.
Now, for my part, I might raise the price a little bit.
Nah, I never had much money. I don't need no money. I just try to think of a good crowd and drag race all I need.
40 years ago, I wanted to come out here and didn't have a car, and parents would let me take theirs. I got a car now. I want to take it down that strip just one time.
Oh, you can do it. Yeah. Put up the line. Come on.
That was a blast. I've been waiting a long time for that, really. Got to do it. By now, I was getting ready to feel the history that soon will come to life between the pecan trees that line this little track. Yeah, it's a legendary place and maybe a quiet place now, but Just wait till the racers and fans pile in here and see what a typical Sunday at George Ray's is all about. Stay with us.
All right.
Let's go, Georgia.
Well, let me get back on that again. Messed up.
Well, coming up, you'll see what's really wild about Georgia's Wildcat Strip here on Horsepower TV. I'm Regan.
Okay, well, I fast forward through that. That red Mustang that Joe was driving was stolen right after he came in May of 2001 for this episode. We got rained out that weekend, so all the stuff you see with the water in the ditches, that was from that weekend. There wasn't any racing. We did end up racing, and he came back about 3 or 4 weeks later when the heat came in and dried it up a little bit. And Joe wrote that song that he sang about George Ray too, by the way. And bear with me while I fast forward through all these commercials. There we go.
This is a good place to come race. Anybody ever been to George Ray's, you come up there one time.
He treats everybody the same. He has no favorites. Just, everybody's on the same level.
Now, here's how it works at George Ray's. Everybody leaves off this 410 approach tree. That means they leave at the same time. And while there are some index classes where you can break out, it's all heads up, the way it's always been. Now you know bracket racing with it. When the light turns green, you better get it. Now here are some quick observations we made at George Ray's. First, a bulb lights up over the lane of the winning driver. Also in true run what you run tradition, you see every kind of car and truck imaginable racing, for which you must furnish your own water for the burnout box. Also, seems here in Northeast Arkansas, enthusiasts get the racing bug mighty early in life. Somebody check that kid's license. You're not driving it, are you? Oh, okay. Of course, the real racers come from many miles away, like Terry Bennett, who brought his homemade dragster loaded with a big block Chevy engine.
And it works good at this track. It actually works better than anybody's car I've ever seen at this track. As far as a dragster goes, I come for the fun. It's not the money. It's the fun. And this track, what you'll see when everybody goes to leave today, I'll have to wave at everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's how friendly the people are at this track.
Nowadays, there are second, even third generation racers here. Remember Steve Wallen and his 34 coupe? Well, his son Kevin wouldn't miss a single Sunday at George Ray's.
We've been to a lot of tracks, and here, it don't pay very much money. We don't come to win the money, but the people up here, everybody's friends. I mean, everybody's from faraway places. Everybody just helps everybody. It's like everybody's family.
If you're claustrophobic, the little 8-mile track takes a little getting used to, especially if you offer one of the all-out wide-open classes.
Usually wide opens anywhere from 5'10" to 5'40".
Man, that's pretty exciting.
That's fun, and especially on the other end, when you're sitting up in the stand watching it, it gets pretty interesting. We got a couple of them hit the fence.
Now, the driver of this Chevelle was only a little shook up after his contact with the fence. And after cleaning up a few loose parts, the racing resumed.
Stock automatic, 23 and 83.
While anyone with $6 and a will to race can come and have fun, better bring some Ronnie power to the top wide open class. Dodge's winning weapon is a vet with a naturally aspirated 600 cubic inch engine. It's got racing heads, a power glide, and a 5/16 gear out back.
I love going fast like go. You still get a kick out of it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love them people. They'll come up and hug me. And most of all is I've been winning. I like that. And there are a bunch of them. And they're all glad to see me hug them. Oh, they act like it.
Well, as the afternoon wears on, the cars get faster, the crowd gets wilder, and the competition for Sunday's bragging rights at George Ray's heats up to a boil. We'll discover what it takes to win today and always here at George Ray's Wildcat Strip when we come back.
It's right back up here, stop, and that first time they turn the tires over, they turn you back. They drop you, not to get up.
Okay, stand clear and hang on. We'll wind up our visit to the Wildcat Strip right after this.
All right, we'll fast forward to these commercials again. I have a tape that doesn't have any commercials in it, but it seems like there's a lot of stuff missing from that tape that was in the original airing, which is what this is. Well, thank everybody for stopping by and watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, or just subscribe. Leave a comment, whatever. Jerry Allison. I think that 55 was Mac Hill's.
Ain't nothing changed much, but the trees have gotten bigger.
You go up here, and the old drag racers that were up here, they're up here. They're still here. But the only change is they're turning wrenches for their kids.
Uh-oh, I made the video.
Welcome back to the show where it's hot here in Northeast Arkansas and more wins than one. Speaking of that, about time for finals. Let's see what it takes to win here at George Ray's with a couple of our favorite classes. Remember Steve and Kevin Wallen? Well, Steve's out of the running, but his son Kevin and his Nova have battled their way into the finals of the 650 class. In fact, it was a battle of the Novas, and Kevin's opponent broke out with a 624, so Kevin's 726 was enough to take the top prize.
My car just pretty much runs the numbers every time, man. If they're a little bit ahead of me, I can play around a little bit. Usually they'll run a little bit faster than I am and
Break them out.
or if I get them off the line, you know, that's where the race is all going.
Then in the all-out heads-up class, Terry Bennett from Little Rock rocked his way into the finals with his home-built Supercar Traction. His opponent, none other than racing veteran Ronnie Fritsch. And here they go, as Terry clubs the vet, chasing him down with a 530 to Ronnie's 548 here on this 8-mile Wildcat Strip.
I'm real proud to win today. I have a lot of fun, and that's what George Race is about mostly, is fun. You'll never go to another track that's like this track, and people come from all over the country to race here. People where I work, they told me that if I got on TV that I better get a haircut before I go, and I did. But I'm gonna get it cut when I get back home.
Well, which would you rather do, win and not have a haircut, or have a haircut and not be on TV? Marjorie's Wildcat Strip. A little piece of still living drag racing history that in some small way captures the whole spirit of high performance.
I always like to tell my people, this is it. We run each and every Sunday, weather permitting.
Well, for me, this horsepower homecoming has been a 40-year-old dream fulfilled. Coming back to this landmark strip that once represented just about everything about those rebellious, car-crazy younger years here in my hometown. And the best part? Finally getting to meet this icon of heads-up, down-home drag racing. A legend, if you will, who keeps an all-American tradition alive here in Terrebonne.
How much longer do you think George can keep this thing going?
Until the day he dies. He's 79 years old and he's, still going strong, and we'll be here for him as long as he's here.
So you gotta keep it doing as long as you can.
Yeah.
And then what?
They go poor folks home and did.
What would happen to the strip, though?
Now, that's gonna be a question.
Okay, we'll see y'all later now.
There you go. Thanks for watching.